It's time for questions, Teklians. You asked us questions. Some of them aren't questions, but that's perfect. It's fine. They don't have to be questions. Go on to Teklian.TV/questions. Go to Teklian.TV, click on the Q&A thing at the top. Submit whatever you want. Doesn't have to be anything related to us. Questions, tech, anything. It can be whatever you want.
We love to hate improv requests, so if you want us to do something, I really love to hate it, so it makes me feel really awkward. Have us do it. We will, within reason.
Within reason.
All right, our first question. Why does your hat tip playlist start at episode 24? Where are the other 23 episodes? Well, can I answer that one?
Yeah, go ahead.
We just didn't think you guys were special enough to see those.
I didn't know that's how you were going to answer it.
Whoever asked this question, you just have not been allowed to see them. When we first started the show, we didn't do questions, we didn't do segments. It was Teklian Live, and at the end of Teklian Live, we did a little hat tip. Each of us would be like, oh, by the way, we're ending our show. This is something we think is cool. We recommend. It was our little hat tip of the week. Episode 24, I guess if you're saying the first 23 missing, is when we decided we're going to do segments. When we put up the edited videos, we're going to have Teklian Live and hat tip as two separate videos. So if you want to see our hat tips for 1 through 23, just skip to the end of the episode for Teklian Live. You'll find
or watch the whole thing. Actually, I don't recommend that past a certain point.
Yeah, I mean, like the first 5 episodes, maybe just skip to the end, and then all the rest you can just watch them.
I get really uncomfortable if I watch, 17 and earlier.
Really? I don't know. Our Linux episode was really good. I thought we actually that was our first episode where we ever actually had, people like us.
That was the first time we actually had viewers and people participating in the chat. So that was that was a milestone episode.
It was. You want to ask the next question?
I'll do this one that was addressed to me. I guess because I do stuff on my phone a lot. I'm picking it up. People are wondering what these little dots are back here, these little circles. And it's a good thing that they noticed they're stickers. I mean, that's very observant. They are My Little Pony stickers. Just simple as that. My wife and I are planning a My Little Pony birthday party for my daughter coming up in like a month or so. Holy crap, time's flying. No, a few months. So I had this idea of doing all these little stickers. Actually, here's a bunch of them. I was doing a bunch of test prints. And my daughter and I were playing around with the stickers and sticking them all over our face. And then I just kind of stuck some on here and just kind of kept them there. I was like, I got Derpy, Rainbow Dash, and Vinyl Scratch. They're cool, I'll keep it. I actually forget that they're there all the time, and they're kind of wearing out, so I might pull them off. But that's basically what they are. Would you like to read this one? Or shall I read it?
I'll read it. If Android no longer exists, what would you use instead?
I would use tin can and string.
Good option. I think...
Or Windows Phone. BlackBerry.
I would probably use a Windows Phone. If Android didn't exist, I would use a Windows Phone, unless, of course, Ubuntu Touch.
Ubuntu Touch, yeah.
Like a Hangouts interface and stuff. I would really like to use Ubuntu Touch if they added a bit more. I haven't heard anything about Ubuntu Touch in some time.
Yeah, I had it on my phone. I was dual booting it on my phone. I was waiting for the official major release to update it, and I don't know what they're doing.
I didn't hear anything about it being dropped, but I haven't heard any progress at all in months.
Yeah, it runs smoothly. It's just more people need to get on board. That's basically what it is. There's nothing wrong with the operating system itself.
Developers.
Yeah, it just needs more developers to support it. But the problem with that is that, there's a lot of things that have web-based interfaces, and Ubuntu Touch is very heavy on web-based apps. But the one thing I really, really two things I really, really need to be able to really function on Ubuntu Touch is Google Voice integration, or in some way, and the bigger thing, Hangouts, because I use Hangouts to message. Message.
Does it have Google Plus?
You use the web app. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So I guess if Ubuntu Touch was further along, I'd use that instead. If not, probably Windows Phone.
BBM's dead. I mean, I would not use an Apple, I don't think. I think I would take a Windows Phone over the Apple.
Yeah.
Really, I honestly don't know. If Android no longer exists, I don't know what I would do. I really don't want to use anything else.
I would move to another planet.
I would recreate Android so I could use it.
If you won a $50 million lottery, what would you do? If Android no longer existed, I would bring it back.
$50 million. What would you do if you won a $50 million lottery?
First of all, build a custom house.
Yes.
With
Actually,
an awesome studio.
I think you and I can answer our next question with what we would do if we won $50 million.
A Tesla.
Yeah. Our next question is, if you could have any car, what would it be? I would have like a fleet. I'd just be like, which one am I taking today?
Yeah, I'd have one for every day of the week.
Yeah.
No, you gotta have at least 2.
I'd get like a Tesla Model S and a Tesla Model X.
What? I was looking at the X. It said something. There isn't much information available yet.
The look of it makes it look like a very small SUV, sort of like a Subaru type look, but luxury.
I didn't think it looked too much different than a sedan though. It's like a very subtle.
That's
difference.
why it reminds me a little bit of a Subaru, but luxury.
Yeah, if I won any kind of lottery, I would have a Tesla.
Oh yeah. I don't know, I guess it is kind of a sedan. I have no idea what it is.
It looks very much like a sedan.
It looks like it's a roomier sedan, like it just has more space inside.
I guess in the back seat it looks like a little bit more. There was that you saw that review that 16-minute long review that I was just sitting there drooling over the car.
Well, it has Falcon wings. It has the wing doors, the Model X.
Really?
The ones that open up rather than not like the butterfly open up sideways.
That's
they open,
like the DeLorean.
Yeah, DeLorean.
That's
style.
awesome. It's actually useful in the garage. That picture of it in the garage.
Yeah, that's really cool. It looks like is it just the back doors that do it? It looks like the front. I don't know.
It looks like it's just the back doors.
Yes, step in access to the second and third row. So there's a third row in it too. So it is roomier. One of the things I love about Tesla, I didn't know this until I watched a thing on it the other day, is the battery of the Tesla is actually the whole bottom floor of the car. That's the whole bottom is just a big battery brick. And because of that, it like puts all the weight on the bottom and makes steering so much better maneuverability.
Yeah, it like lowers the center of gravity.
Yeah. And then also another thing I didn't know is I don't really know anything about cars to begin with, but a Tesla, I figured it would still have like, I know it had like an electric motor, but I thought it would still have other parts and stuff too.
That's what I thought. I thought there was more to that electric motor.
But it's not. It's literally, the car is literally the big huge battery underneath and then the electric motor in the back for the rear drive.
On the back axle.
On the back axle. And that is literally it.
So you get a frunk.
There's a front drive unit for steering, but it's very small. So you actually have a frunk. You have a trunk in the front and in the back.
I got a frunk.
And that's one of the...
But I'm currently storing all my food from the last month in it.
It's like one of the safest cars you could get right now is because it has all that crumple space. The whole front is just like crumple space. If you ever get in an accident, you're not gonna have
an engine in your lap.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And then it was saying something about how sturdy it is that you can fit the weight of 4 other Teslas on top of it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That like steel frame and everything.
And then they were talking about there was that comic from the Oatmeal. It was talking about the fire thing, how everybody's freaking out and panicking because there were 3 of them that caught on fire. Tesla just pushed a software update and it adjusted the height of the vehicle. Problem solved. The problem was that it was low and something damaged the battery underneath. And they said in the comic that nobody ever mentioned that nobody was actually hurt in there. Nobody thinks about how many gasoline car fires there are every year, which is thousands, hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, four electric car fires and everyone freaks out, but there's like hundreds of thousands of gasoline fires every year, but no one bats an eye. It's like, oh, well, that's a risk of a gasoline car.
Yeah.
But nobody was injured in the 4 that happened, and like you said, they released a software update. A software update that changed the height of the car.
It blew my mind.
That they could change the height of the car. So what exactly did it do? Did it just lift it? It told the axles to lift up or something? What did it do?
There's like this air compress thing that as you're driving, you can adjust your driving style so that it can lower different terrains to give you more grip and make your steering feel differently. So they just pushed an update that just said, okay, so it can now not go lower than this. So overnight, your car is charging, and all of a sudden your car's in there and it's just going, oh, I need to... All right, now we're good. It just blew my mind that they could do something like that over a software update.
Software update. That is awesome. We both obviously want Teslas, if you can't tell. It really is. Why gasoline cars?
I've never cared about about cars before, but I am obsessed with the Tesla.
I would know everything about my car if I had a Tesla because also there's very little to know. You have the electric motor and you have the battery.
I already know more about the Tesla than I know about my own car. All I know is it's got 4 wheels that are dangerous. It's got an engine that blows up. I put gas in it to make it go. And when a little light comes on that says, hey, I'm about to die, and then I put more gas in it.
Not only is it clean, not only, you can charge it up at home, you're good to go, you don't have to worry about buying gas, you do have to worry about the electrical bill, but they have Tesla supercharge stations where you can, 30 minutes, I think it says, you can fully charge the vehicle up from empty. You can just fully charge your car, just 30 minutes, just go get a cup of coffee and a bagel.
Yeah, and you have an app that you can actually monitor your battery level and you can see when it's charged and when it's ready to go.
Yeah, not only that, but these supercharge stations are free. If you have a Tesla, go to the Tesla supercharge stations.
I didn't even know this.
They're free. There's one, 11, I looked it up, it was 11.7 miles from my house. The Tesla gets, on average, 260 miles to a full charge. I would just go there every 3 days, 4 days, whatever, top off while I have a coffee. Literally, and there you go. You don't have to pay anything. But
it can also charge in your garage.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, if you do this though, it's free. I mean, if you charge in your garage, you're paying for the electric.
Yeah.
This is free. This is just, you're not paying anything. This is free. It blew my mind. Literally, all you're paying to have your car is your yearly registration, your insurance.
It was amazing too. I looked at that map. And there's a lot more charging stations on there than when I first looked at the map, several months back. But I showed you that screenshot. You and I could drive across country. I could drive to you. You could drive to me along the path of those charging stations.
And we wouldn't have to worry about... that was one of the biggest problems with electric cars in the past was, what if you run out of... What if you lose a charge? If you do this, it's every 260 miles, we stop for a bite to eat and refill the car.
Yeah. You're going to do that anyway.
I mean, if you and I want to meet, there's a path of charging stations that aren't more than 260 miles spaced out in between each one, where we could just drive across country for free. You don't even have to stop and put $120 in your tank. What is it? I think it's $60 to fill my tank. I wouldn't have to stop every couple hours and put $60 in my tank. It's just free. I just got to pay for the food and obviously toll roads. Food and toll roads.
I would just sleep in the car. I wouldn't even pay for a hotel. I'd sleep. I would sleep in the frunk.
No, I would the frunk. You'd be a little cramped. The seats go down. You could just have the whole trunk space and the back seats down to make a bed.
And if you look at that map, if you go to the coming soon, that adds even more. There's a whole other path that you could take. There are now, if you move the slider to charging stations in North America that will be available by the end of 2014. There are now 3 paths you can take to go all the way across country using the supercharging stations. If you go to the end of 2015, you can pretty much go anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah, basically, as long as you're just your state, Nevada and Oregon are empty. Even by the end of 2015, it says Nevada will have 2.
Yeah.
But then again, you have nothing in Nevada. You literally have Vegas.
3, I think. Because there's one in Las Vegas. I looked at where that was, and it's pretty close.
Oh yeah, it's right down near the bottom where it kind of...
One up near Reno, and the other one...
Yeah.
I don't know wherever that is.
So what about right now? Yeah, right now you just have one in Vegas.
Yeah.
How far is that from your house?
Not very far at all. I looked it up. It's probably 10, 11 miles away.
Yeah.
It's right in the center of the city, which makes it very accessible. And it's not too far off the freeway, which is perfect because if you're traveling, you don't want to go too far off the freeway to charge and then get back on the freeway to continue your travel.
Now, one of the problems right now, I mean, it won't really be a problem at all by the time you hit end of 2015 with what their plans are. One of the problems right now is your options. We said, there's a path to go from Las Vegas to Rhode Island.
Yeah.
But that path isn't obviously the fastest path.
Yeah, it's going up to the top of the country.
You go up to South Dakota, then you go straight over, then you go down through Pennsylvania, Maryland, and you go back up to Rhode Island. So it's a path. And
yeah. Imagine if I wanted to go from here to Miami, instead of just going straight from here to Miami, I have to go up across the top of the country, then back down the coast. And I like that there's this little bubble. You notice the little rings around them that show you about the range from that charging station.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at where I am in Las Vegas and then I look at the charging stations in Texas, there's that gap between those ranges where I know I'm not going to make it there unless I stop charge somewhere.
Really cool. But if you go to the end of 2014, you do have a possible path to Florida where you're always within range, it looks like.
Yeah.
And then if you go to the end of 2015, you have an even faster path, and it's
Pretty much covers everything.
By then, you just have, out of range, you just have what do you got here? Part of Idaho, it looks like.
Yeah.
Pretty much the whole country is in range at that point of a charging station, almost. Like, I don't see really, looks like a little part of Idaho is out of range. Just like the center of Idaho is just, there's all charging stations along the edge, but nothing in the center. I can't even tell if maybe the color's just off of my screen. Maybe it is the whole country.
No, there is a little gap right there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, one day, they just pop one right in there, and it covers that entire area. Because you look at the range there.
And in 2015, anywhere in the country, you can get there on a Tesla for free. Charging stations are free for life.
I had no idea.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was for life either. I thought it was just something they were doing while they were getting up and going.
I thought it would be like you pay just a little bit. I thought it was, going to be the equivalent of filling it up with gas, but paying for that power maybe just a little bit less.
Yeah.
Or quite a bit less. I had no idea that they were going to be free forever.
Yeah, Tesla Superchargers allows Model S owners. The thing is it just Model S? Or they only say Model S because it's a car-only car? When the X comes out, will that be for free too?
Yeah, I think what it is as long as you get that supercharger, you have to pay extra to get that supercharger in there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Otherwise, like if you look at the options, if you go and customize it.
I thought that was just like a standard option. It came in the lowest level. It has the supercharger.
No, lowest level, it will have just a basic charger, and you have to go down to the supercharger, make it supercharger enabled.
Oh.
Which is totally worth it.
Totally worth it if you're going to get that free.
Yeah.
Charging up, go across country.
Otherwise, without making it supercharger enabled, then you're only able to plug into just like,
yeah,
I guess outlets or something.
Yeah, you'd have to charge it at home.
Longer. The supercharger enabled makes it charge faster. So otherwise, I mean, you might be able to stop somewhere along your journey and charge, but you may have to stick around for like 10 hours.
Yeah, let's see.
This will like greatly reduce that.
So yeah, the supercharger enabled adds $2,000 to the price of your car, but it's included if you go up to the 85 kilowatt battery option, which is the middle range option, as opposed to the 60 kilowatt. Difference between the two is the 60 kilowatt has a mile range of 208 miles per charge. The 85 has a mile range of 265 miles per charge.
I was looking at the leasing thing, and the price on that was so much cheaper than financing, but it says business lease. It's like, that would be so much more possible to do that kind of. I would be perfectly fine leasing it. I don't really go anywhere.
I guess we now have a reason to get Teklian verified business.
We need a Teklian business car. We need at least two.
Yeah.
Teklian. Tesla.
Yes,
Tesla.
We need them for where we need to have in-person business meetings, obviously.
Teslekia. Teslekian.
Oh.
So that we can drive across country to have a show in person.
Let's save this last question for next week since we're running low on time.
But before we finish our question segment, I would like to give a little shout out to another one of our affiliates. Since Joe is over there eating his food during the show, a couple weeks ago I was eating food on the show, and you know what I was eating? I was eating Nature Box food.
Was it good? Was it delightful?
It was amazing. What I did, I signed up, and I was like, I ordered what I wanted, and then as soon as I got the confirmation email saying that it shipped, I went and I suspended my account so that I wouldn't get any more. And then I got the food and I started eating it, and it was really, really good. So then I went and I re-enabled my account, and I added more things to my list. So if you use our special link, our Teklian.TV/naturebox, you can get $5 off your first order if you want to go and check them out and try them out and see what they're all about. And basically what you'll do, you can start off with the smaller plan. It's normally $20, and using our link, you'll get $5 off of that. So what you do is you go in, you pick. They have a snack pantry. This is like the Netflix of food. You know when you do the DVDs on Netflix and you just add a bunch of stuff to your queue, and they send you one or whatever your plan was, and then you send them back, and then they send you the next things on your list.
It's like that, but you don't send it back.
Right. You get to eat it and keep it and do whatever your body naturally does with food. But you do. It's like the Netflix of food. The snack pantry. You go in and you just add a bunch of stuff in there. Or you can just leave it all blank. If you leave it all blank, they'll just send you random stuff. And you get to try out all kinds of crazy stuff. Because there are, like, last time I counted, there were like 115 snacks that you can choose from on there. There's a lot of stuff. And it's great because you can actually sort by, like, let's say you want something, you want something sweet, something savory, something spicy. Sometimes like you're just really craving something sweet, and what you do is you go and you get like chocolate or something like that, and now you can get something sweet that's actually healthy for you. Let's see, you can filter things if you want something gluten-free, vegan, non-GMO, lactose-free, soy-free, nut-free, sugar-free. You can filter your results by all that stuff.
Non-GMO,
that's a big one. So it's monthly, but if you can go into your account and just be like, put it on hold, don't send me anything next month, and then pick up next month or whatever. So it's all healthy stuff. I've actually taken, what did I get? I got these sriracha roasted cashews. They're spicy and I love them. They're amazing. So what you do is, I really love those, so I want to make sure I always have them. So you can go into your pantry and you can actually kind of like pin it. You make it a permanent item. So basically that item I'm going to get every month. So you go through and you add a long list of all the things you want to try.
What is that called? Sriracha roasted what?
Sriracha roasted cashews.
That sounds delicious.
It is amazing.
Oh, sriracha roasted cashews.
My wife isn't a big fan of spicy foods, but she tried them and like it was killing her mouth. But she was like, it was delicious. We also got.
I love sriracha. I have one of those big bottles of sriracha. Like, I just love sriracha.
It's amazing.
It's even good if you just mix a little bit of sriracha in sauce with pasta. It sounds weird, but I tried it once and it's so good.
It is good. Sriracha is amazing. Let's see, what do I have next coming on my list? I have all these things on the list, and basically you'll get five snacks every time. You can add more, $3 per bag if you want to add more, but
we have a link you can use. Use our special link. What is our link? Is it Teklian.TV/naturebox?
Teklian.TV/naturebox. That'll use our code. You'll get $5 off your first order. So try them out and see what you think of them. I love them.
Give it a try.
They're amazing.
$5 off your first order.
And you can use that $5 to do whatever you want. You can put that in a little piggy bank. Save up for a Tesla. There you go.
For a Tesla.
We just saved you $5 towards your Tesla. You're welcome.
We gave you the first $5 towards your Tesla fund.
You get that supercharger upgrade.
You get that $2,000. We get you $5 there.
Now you only need $1,995 because you just saved $5 on NatureBox.
This hat tip turned into a Tesla episode.
This is just the questions. We haven't even gotten a hat tip yet.
Oh yeah. Sorry, this question.
We gotta do that.
This Teklian questions got turned into a Tesla episode.
We'll have an episode on Tesla sometime in the future. So go ahead and go on over to Teklian.TV/questions. Submit us some more randomness. Get us off topic again.
Anything, any question, comment, request, randomness, improv requests, insults,
even feedback.
You want to talk about how it's unprofessional and I'm eating my dinner, just pizza on the show, whatever.
Doesn't even matter.